Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to be sharing with you the importance of your grid and the theme of your grid as a part of your content strategy. So the reason that this is really important is when you think about it, when somebody that has never heard of you before, and they come to your Instagram page, what do they see? Well, if you think of it like this, they say that a picture tells 1,000 words. So how many words does, your Instagram grid tell you? So it's really, really important that you have a focused intention of what your grid looks like, because you can actually grow your Instagram account faster. You can actually make your Instagram account more aesthetically pleasing, which is kind of cool. People don't think about this stuff subconsciously, but they're just like, oh wow, look at this account, it's so cool, I'm gonna follow it. You don't think, oh wow, they did this, they did that, they did this. So what I want you to do and what I want you to think about is set your grid with intention, because this matters, especially when it comes to your growth and especially when it comes to building a relationship with your audience on Instagram. So if you don't do this, well, you're missing out. You're going to have a messy feed and you're probably not going to get as much growth as you're looking for. So let's optimize for growth. So let's jump in. So if you look here on my screen, I'm just going to go through a few different examples and just to give you some inspirational ideas on how you can, kind of set up your feed. So if you go to Healthish as an example, we have a grid that the part that we're strategic about is having photos of people's faces using the product. Now, why is that important to us? Because we know that people like you or I buy the Healthish water bottles. So we want everyday people like you or I, using the product, loving the product, smiling, getting joy from the product. So when people first come to our feed, always you're going to see videos and you're going to see photos of people loving the product. We're not just going to have still images of just the product, like a photography-based shot. We always want to make sure we have a combination of photos of the product in the wild, a combination of photos of influencers or aspirational people or aspirations for our target market of the kind of people that they aspire to using the product. And then also we want to make sure that we have videos as well with a good kind of combination. So that's really important to us. If you look at Founder as an example, at Founder we use a lot of quotes and meme videos. So we try and mix it up, having a dark color and then a light color, and we just kind of keep it kind of quite checkered. The reason that we do that is because it's easier to absorb the information when you're looking at the feed, and it's easier to scroll through it, and it's more aesthetically pleasing from my perspective. Another example would be this account called Tomorrow. Now this is one of our instructors, Greta. She's working on a new business at the moment. So this is kind of like a fan page, it's not a fan page, but she's using content as if it was a fan page, and she's going to flip it soon into a business where it'll be focused on a particular brand. But what I love about this particular page is see the color scheme. It's always got a little bit of purple throughout it, and it's just really beautiful, aesthetically pleasing. And the whole strategy with her content is it's really interesting. Each post serves as a visual reminder to relax. So as you can see, they actually are kind of like doing meditation, and they're kind of writing what you should do, and it's kind of cool, it's kind of quirky, it's different, it's interesting. And if somebody saw this and they didn't understand that this is an intention of this is going to be turned into a business, etc., etc., there's a high possibility they might follow, because it's really, really cool. Another example is what Mariana Hewitt does, where she's always using the same filter on all of her images. So you can see that it's kind of like a little bit grainy, often usually a little bit of a darker tone, not super dark, but just a light overshadow tone on every single image that she posts, but this is like, you know, it's strategic. Another example might be Canva. I really like what Canva do. It's just like really, really cool. As you can see here, they go from blues to yellows, kind of mustard, to greens, then to orange, then to blacks, then to blues, then to yellows, and then to red. So it's like pink, then it's purple. So it's like super cool, right? But this is strategic and it's intentional. So when somebody comes to this particular feed, they're like, okay, what's the bio say? Oh, wow, what is this? Okay, it's interesting. You want to press on it. You want to click on it. So another example is the personal journal app, where like they're doing something similar to us at Founder, but they have all of their images, as you can see, horizontally. So as you can see when we scroll through, like it's they've got a quote, and then they've got like an actual image, and then they've got a quote, a series of quotes, and they've got images. So you can play with this. It doesn't have to be checkers. It doesn't have to be horizontal. You could do vertical as well, where you have a certain style of content. But me personally, I like to just have a mixture, and yeah, that's how we do it for Founder, and also Healthish. So there's plenty of different apps as well that you can always use to really map out your feed and how it would potentially look before you post. So I guess the action item for this particular lesson is go out there and actually work out what the strategy is for your grid. Make a decision and then start implementing it on your content strategy. Are you going to do colors? Are you going to do a mixture of content? Are you going to use certain filters? Totally up to you. All right, guys, that's it from me, and I'll see you in another lesson.